Item 7, action on the district-wide assessment of substitute teachers.
Okay, we was back there, and before we had a break, we needed a motion. What is the pleasure of the committee with respect to item 7?
Disrespectful.
What is the pleasure?
Oh, I'm sorry, I did have a motion.
Vice President Miller.
I move that we direct administration OAE to return with its final recommendations no later than June of 2018, and that OAE assemble with a delegation of subs to work collectively on this, if you would please.
And just for clarification, Vice Miller, what's in here, you directing them to come back with the additional comments that you made? Okay. Any additional comments by committee members? If not, Madam Secretary, please call the roll and direct Miller motion to approve the stuff in this item, and then with the additional information to have OAE come back. So on the motion, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
On the motion to approve the item and direct OAE to assemble with a delegation of subs on the recommendations. Director Falk.
Aye.
Director Miller.
Aye.
Director Phillips.
Aye.
Director Sane.
Aye.
Chair Bonds.
Aye.
That's 5 ayes. The motion passes.
Madam Secretary, this time we're going to go to item 8.
Item 8 is a report with possible action regarding the Substitute Teacher Committee. This is an informational item, and although it has been noticed for possible action, no action is required.
Superintendent Driver, Ms. Spain, any comments on this item?
Yes, thank you, Chair Bonds, members of the committee. As you are aware, the Substitute Teacher Committee has been meeting to discuss options on the following topics: providing substitute teachers in the classroom, reviewing hard-to-fill positions, and possible options for providing health care to substitute teachers. This evening, we will share an update of information shared in November 2017 regarding the Substitute Teacher Committee. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Cox.
Welcome, Dr. Cox. Can you state your name for the public record?
Yes, Director Bonds, committee members, my name is Dr. Ronald Cox, Ron Cox, and I'm with the Office of Human Resources and Talent Management. I would like to provide an update on the report based on the Substitute Teacher Committee meetings. This is an update to the report which was provided November 30th at the special board meeting. Per board action, Milwaukee Public Schools Administration, the MTEA, and members of the Milwaukee Board of School Directors have been meeting since October, and the items for discussion included recommendations concerning substitute teacher eligibility for benefits, professional development, and other support for substitute teachers in the classroom. The following is a summary of the committee's findings and recommendations. The problem of practice here, the number of vacancies exceeded the number of filled positions. You've heard from a report earlier tonight discussing the vacancies. So in 2015, we had about approximately 70,000 absences. We needed to fill subs for 69,000 absences. We filled 58,000 of those, roughly 58,000. Unfilled was 11,000 positions that we needed. 1,400 were not needed, and that's in 2015, 2016. And the sub-fill rate for that time period was 83.85%. Unfilled positions was 16% during that time period. In 2016 and 2017, 76,000, approximately 76,000 absences were recorded. We needed 75,000 subs, and filled was 62,584. Unfilled was 12,842. Subs not needed based on absences, and those teachers in the classroom was 1,317 in 2016, 2017. That put us at a fill rate of 82%, roughly 83%, in 2016 through 2017 school year. 17.03% was our unfilled sub rate during that time period. Currently, in 2018, we have 77,000 absences year to date. At this point, 76,000 of those we needed subs, 64,222 262 positions were filled. Our unfilled rate was 12,711, excuse me. Subs not needed was 925. The fill rate to date was 83.49%. The unfill rate was 16.51%. So currently on staff, we have approximately 672 substitute teachers for 2017-2018. So the committee reviewed the compensation package for our recommendations for substitute teachers. Currently, the pay rates for substitute teachers per day is $160.56. That's $20 an hour, $20.07 an hour for substitutes. Substitutes in the regular substitutes. Substitutes in the same assignment for more than 20 days is approximately $182. For those substitutes that are filling positions in hard-to-fill positions, hard-to-fill areas are $203, $203.34 to be exact, which amounts to approximately $25 a day, $25.42 if you're on a special assignment. So the substitute committee came up with a collective recommendation. At the time, the recommendations are to create a classroom instructional workforce pool, fill substitute teacher absences on hard-to-fill positions, create a teacher pipeline from the members of the workforce, substitute teachers. We also came up with 2 models for substitute teachers. One of the models was to create a pool of approximately 50 employees. And this workforce will certainly will be centrally assigned, if adopted, and placed in positions on a daily basis at the recommendation for the time was regional superintendents. These substitutes would be required to work at any school as identified by regional superintendents, and they must work at any assigned location for approximately 180 student contact days. They must enroll in the teacher pipeline program in that model 1, and will be eligible for benefits that's outlined in section 6 of a report below. The second model we talked about as a committee was that all substitute teachers who work at least 32 hours per week will receive benefits that are substantially similar to the plan that teachers and educational assistants currently receive. Full-time substitutes could be assigned specific days of work required to work a certain number of Fridays or Mondays in each semester. So options reviewed for health, dental, vision, WRS, 403B, 547 plan participation was discussed during these meetings. And there are 4 days of miscellaneous leave that was considered. Based on the FY 2016 and 17 time period, there were approximately 200 substitute teachers who worked on average approximately 30 hours or more per week. And the estimated cost benefits for these substitute teachers, if we were to do that, health, dental, vision, for 200 employees is approximately $3 million. That's not including WRS employer contributions that were estimated at $400,000 and MPS staff administrative costs. Item 7 of the report addressed the substitute hiring process. And we talked about positions that will be posted similar to all of our positions within MPS as vacancies occurred. Candidate package will be submitted. Candidates who meet basic criteria will be selected for interviews, and those candidates who are selected after the interview process will be processed for employment, which would consist of criminal background checks and drug screening. Candidates who pass this phase are offered a position and hired. Candidates who accept the position have their information entered into PeopleSoft, and talent management staff will then contact the individuals via letter to provide new hires their ASOP ID and PIN number. Additional committee recommendations were to provide professional development opportunities for substitute teachers on an ongoing basis, and all employees working under the first model or the second model will be entitled to 8 hours of professional development per semester. So in regards to the impact of these changes, our task force that was formed in September of 2017, which included 2 representatives from the MPS administration, 2 representatives from MTEA, a board member, a representative of OAE, or Office of Accountability, and 2 parent community representatives. During our discussions, we had a total of 8 meetings that were held in the beginning of October through March of 2018. And we were also talking about constructing options for possible action regarding the substitute teachers as outlined in the board's action. One of the options, or several of the options, are listed below in our notes that we've compiled. Providing substitute teachers to the classrooms, reviewing hard-to-fill positions and possible options for providing health care to substitute teachers. And as of Tuesday, just a side note, as of Tuesday today, 2018, our subfill rate was approximately 85%. Again, 672 substitute teachers are on record, and our yearly total percentage of filled rate positions are 83.49%. And as of today, the total unfilled positions, 16.51%. Our current absence report data for the year, again, is 77,000 absences, 77,898. We needed 76,973 subs. We filled positions with subs, 64,262 substitute teachers. Unfilled subs that were not needed was net 12,711. Again, giving us our fill rate of 83.49% filled and our unfilled 16.51%. So summary of findings from this report. And, as of today, MPS, we did a study on the substitute teachers locally, and we found within our area here in Milwaukee, MPS has the highest pay rate on average compared to 17 surrounding districts. Only one local district offers benefits to select substitute teachers within this Milwaukee area, and it was one district, which I won't name, and they offered an alternative health plan with high deductibles. No other surrounding districts offer health, dental, vision, and life insurance benefits. Doing a national survey within our sphere of work for this report, we find that MPS ranked as one of the highest paying districts compared to 12 large-sized districts that were paying substitutes on a daily rate. Only one district pays a higher long-term pay rate by approximately $20. Although a true comparison can't be exacted without taking into consideration of the differences in cost of living factors, we can't really actually give you a full picture of what the savings will be. So of the 17 districts examined, only 3 offer versions of healthcare plans and requires full-time employment for its subs. If someone were not working full-time within the 17 districts, the 3 districts that we identified, benefits would be relinquished if they were, and then they would be transferred back into a regular substitute teacher status.
Okay, before I open up to my colleagues, I'm going to let the speakers know. Director.
Oh, I just wanted to.
Director Phil.
Yes, I just wanted to speak as a member of this task force committee. People really have taken a lot of time out of their schedules over the past couple of months, and just to make sure that it's on the record, in this report, we've got collective recommendations, and that model 2, what is the one that's supported by the MTEA. And I think this gives us a roadmap to think about as we're building this budget. Part of the reason why I wanted to focus on healthcare cost is if we can decrease total healthcare cost, this $3 million might not be $3 million, and how can we make sure that we think about our workers and the benefits they receive for doing this work. So.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to go to the, if there's no objection, I'm going to go to the speakers. I got Ron Hillman, Paula McCabe, and Kathy Geiger in that order. Once again, once you come up, please state your name, spell your last name for the record, and when the red light come on, please stop us. I'm going to have to stop you because I got to give other people time to speak to.
My name's Dr. Ron Heilman, Heilmann. I'm going to sound probably like one of those disclaimer people on TV to try and get this all in 2 minutes and 24 seconds. I work at Washington DTC, the Day Treatment Center. You may remember me from testifying at an earlier board meeting a couple months ago. This evening, I want to make a couple of points and share one story and work a couple things, other things, and if I can do that in 2 minutes. The first point, or the first couple points, failing to provide long-term substitute teachers with benefits is not a corporate, social, or moral responsible thing to do, and possibly puts the MPS at risk of an adverse judicial ruling at some point down the road in the near future. And let me explain those two. First, regarding the corporate, socially, and morally responsible thing to do, the Financial Times defines corporate social responsibility as a business approach that contributes to sustainable development by delivering economic, social, and environmental benefits for all stakeholders. This concept has many definitions and practices, but very basically, it covers such topics as human rights, corporate governance, health and safety, environmental effects, working conditions, and contribution to economic development. Okay, if we look at this and analyze it, a corporation's employees are certainly stakeholders. Providing health insurance addresses health and safety, working conditions, and economic development, at least for those individuals that don't have health insurance and would receive it. And providing health insurance to substitute teachers who work at least 32 hours a week on average helps to contribute to the sustainable development of the corporation. Highly trained and experienced substitute teachers fill a critical need in urban school districts, so I urge you to support Model 2. I've got 20 seconds, so a little on the adverse judicial ruling. That has to do with the letter you send at the end of the school year, the letter of reasonable assurance. Since the same letter is sent to all employees, a judge might look at that as being treating similar employees without providing similar benefits. And I see my time has run out. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Paula McKay, followed by Kathy Geiger. Paula McKay, please state your name and spell your last name for the public record.
My name is Paula Mackey, and it is spelled M-A-C-K-E-Y. I am a substitute teacher. I am here tonight to ask you to support and take action on Model 2. These are the problems that we have with Model 1. We disagree with the premise that substitute teachers must be enrolled in a teacher's program. Also, we believe students benefit when subs are allowed to select assignments based on their strengths and skill sets. I love being a substitute teacher. I honestly do. Substitute teachers are professionals, and we deserve health care. Finally, we want you to support Model 2, that every substitute teacher should receive health care benefits that work 32 hours a week. Thank you.
Kathy Guyver, followed by John Harvey. Kathy Guyver and John Harvey. Ms. Geiger, spell your last name for the public record
Again? Okay, G-E-I-G-E-R. I'm back again 6 times tonight. I support Model 2 of this report that will give substitutes who work the same amount of hours as full-time paraprofessionals the same insurance as the rest of MPS employees. Subs lost their insurance after 2013. It's not fair that they work full-time and don't get benefits. You will not get a full-time sub pool without benefits. However, I do not support the pipeline to teacher training in your Model 1. I think that is a self-defeating tactic. You're getting your subs and then you're trying to make them into teachers. Let that happen naturally. However, the data that I received at the sub-task force from administration, the benefit package is only going to affect about 117 subs. I have the form from our meetings And the rest of the subs, we don't get any benefits. That's why I have been mentioning about the hourly pay increase. So my question is, if the subs get health insurance, the ones that work full-time, what do the rest of us get? And how about offering us an hourly raise and/or bonus for hard-to-fill positions? As your own district-wide assessment that Director Bonds ordered told you, there are ways to give incentives. Perhaps you need to do your own homework. Thank you.
I got John Harvey, followed by Alex.
One of them is against this 50-person option. If you look right here, this is what MPS allows right now. It is an option for substitute teachers who can do almost the exact same thing. They can get $41,000 pay instead of $28,000 and get full health insurance and benefits, including pensions, if they want to sign up for this existing program. So what is offered in the 50-person option is actually an offer that is $10,000, $15,000 less, not including benefits, than what already exists today. This came from MPS. I can show you the document. This is the Project Metro document. Regarding the all full-time teachers options, what I would say in the document, and to make it succinct here, is that what prevents you from filling the long-term assignments and what prevents you from filling those hard-to-fill schools is the competency of substitute teachers. And it doesn't take a lot of wisdom to know that you can't get somebody with a lot of competence who is without their being committed to the job and the profession. And it can't be get many people committed to this job and profession, that level of commitment that you need, unless you give us some commitment in return. And a minimum basic amount of commitment is health insurance. The other thing I'll open the door to, and I have very little time, is what you project for insurance costs puts too much of the cost for filling those long-term positions, the health insurance costs, on substitute teachers. You project vacancies in your health insurance costs, and Mr. Parikh will be able to explain this. So you don't project the cost of a 100% filled position for your health insurance. And so when you talk about filling those positions with us, you are adding a cost to health insurance that should be projected in a normal budget if you had 100% teachers in those jobs for those long-term positions. He can explain that. I think you know what I'm talking about, correct?
Director Torres, thank you. Mr. Harvey, your time is up. Thank you. Mr. Brower, Alex Brower, followed by Elisa. It looked like
Alyssa.
Alyssa. Okay. Mr. Brower, Alex. Spell your last name. State your name and spell your last name for the public record. Once again, I respectfully ask you to stick to the time limit.
Will do. So my name is Alex Brower, Brower. I'm the president of the Fighting Subs with the MTEA, and we're demanding health care. Each day that you decline to provide health care is a shameful reflection on the individuals who make decisions here at MPS. It's absolutely shameful. You can fix that tonight. You can take action tonight, report with possible action. You can do possible action and take action tonight, right? You can take action tonight and adopt Model 2 so that it's included in the budget for the 2018-2019 school year, and it directs these folks to write it in when they publish it on the 27th of this month. Our union's demand is simple. The substitute teachers of Milwaukee Public Schools demand that the 2018-19 MPS budget, as proposed by administration, include health care for every substitute teacher who commits to working at least 32 hours per week on average each semester. This includes medical, dental, and vision insurance with paid time off, with no reduction in any other benefits received by substitute teachers, and no changes in our working conditions. What do we all think about that? That's right. Model 2 aligns with this demand. Adopt it tonight, action with possible, recommendation with possible action, adopt it tonight for inclusion in administration's budget that's released on the 27th. Do the right thing, don't wait, don't take it to a committee, do the right thing tonight. Thank you. Solidarity.
Elisa, followed by John Thielman.
Hi, my name's Alyssa Guthrie, and I'm here to speak, Guthery. Yes. I'm here to speak on Model 2. I am in support of Model 2 for substitute teachers. In October, I fell down my stairs while I was gonna go eat breakfast and broke my ankle. I was out of work for 3 weeks. That first week I was out, I had multiple subs in and out of that room. And then I got a consistent sub. And she was there for my kids for 2.5 weeks when they had no idea what was happening to their kindergarten teacher. A class of 29 5- and 6-year-olds need stability, even when disasters happen. We need to pay our subs and give them the health care that their teachers get. My class would not be here right now if I did not have that sub. The health care is crucial. Why shouldn't they be treated just the same as us? Especially when they come in and literally do our jobs without knowing a single one of our kids, without doing any of that community building that had been there beforehand, without knowing our schedule, without knowing French. And by the way, you wasted 5.5 hours of my time.
Okay, that was the last speaker. At this point, I'm going to bring it back to the committee. Do committee members like to speak on this item? What is the pleasure of the committee with respect to this item? Oh, okay, this is a report, no action is needed. Madam Secretary, next item, please.
Mr. Chair, you are... Mr. Chair?
Oh, security, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out. He got to go. Bye. Have a nice day. Get out.
Item 6. Mr. Chair?
Madam Secretary, next item.
The committee is back to item number 6, action on resolution 1718R-008 by Director Bonds regarding strategies for substitute teacher recruitment, hiring, and dispatching.
If there's no objection from committee members, I have 3 speakers slipped on this item. John Thielman, he's already been put out, so he's not here. So we got Kathy Geiger and John Harvey. Oh, Alex been put out, so we could put his slip aside too. No, you're not speaking. You out of here. Bye. You out of here. You out of here. Bye. Ms. Geiger. Ms. Geiger, can you, Ms. Geiger, once again, spell your last name for the public record, and once again, I respectfully ask you to stick to the topic and the timeline.
I got it down. G-E-I-G-E-R. I have a question on the administration's recommendation to, quote, utilize the current frontline education software to manage dispatching as it is cost effective. Does this mean that you will be continuing to use the same old, broken, most ineffective ESOP or ASOP software? I don't know, but if that is the case, I have a list of problems that I have given to the sub-task force members. You will be getting a copy of this that were never addressed. ESOP started in 2012-13, my last school year teaching. There were problems from the get-go which were totally ignored by administration. The most common one was incorrect labels for the absent teacher's position, grade level, specialty, bilingual, whatever. These problems with ESOP have only gotten worse by the year, and now a sub is lucky if a posting has a title more than just teacher or vacancy. I will not blindly choose a sub job without knowing the exact position, especially since I'm a retired bilingual kindergarten teacher and teach no higher than kindergarten. I'm in one of those hard-to-fill categories, yet ASOP will not give me the proper information to choose. This is why you don't get substitutes, because ASOP is broken and ineffective. I have been to all the sub-task force meetings, and this has been ignored. I was told ASOP can't be fixed. MPS doesn't run it. So we just keep paying for a broken product? And as a taxpayer, now my taxpayer hat is going on, this is very upsetting to me that we have paid for this broken product since 2012, and it has gotten worse. This is what I was told. They won't bother to fix ESOP because we were supposed to get new software in 2019.
Document to the board. I didn't know. So one of the things make you throw it on, you will make it less that will come work with you. It's what you do when you say taking work and what we